Hello, today we're going to make a Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy. So for that, you're going to need a key ring, 3 gray beads, 5 white beads, 19 light brown, 30 black, and 75 red. So I've already laid out my spine, which is 2 red, a black, 2 black, a black, 2 black, a gray, 2 gray, a red black, a red, a black red, a black, and a red black. So now we're going to pull off some string. As always, I use Stretch Magic 1mm and some scissors, and I always have a needle on hand as well. So we'll add the 2 reds on. A black through both. A black on either side. A black through both. A black on either side. A gray through both. A gray on either side. A red through both. A red on one side, a black on the other side. A red through both. A red on one side and a black on the other. A black through both, and a red on one side and a black on the other. And then take one side, pull it super tight. And then just tighten it up. As always, we want to make sure it's laying flat. There we go. Okay, now that you have it nice and tight, tie it off 2 to 3 times. Keep that tight. So if you watched the Freddy, it's a little bit similar as we're going down the middle instead of going out the sides. Also with this one, these ears, this top half, is made separately and then added on. And I will show you how to do that. But for now, we're just going to focus on the main piece, and then we'll do the ears last. So then you want to cut off your excess on your short end. Grab a needle. And tie it on. Yep, okay, so we're going to go through the black bead, add a red, go through the black, or go through the red there, and then we went through this red, so now we want to add a black, go through the black, add a black, go through the gray, add a light brown, go through the black, add a black, go through the black, add a white, go through the red. And then I'll do the opposite side. So here we'll add a white, go through the black, add a black, go through the black, add a gray, add a light brown, go through the gray, and then we want to add a red, go through the red, add a black, go through the black, add a red, go through the red. So it should look something like this right now. And then we want to add a red, go through the red we just added, add a red, go through the black, and then add a black, go through the red, add a light brown, go through the light brown, add a white, go through the black, add a black, go through the white, add a red, go through the red and the black, and now we want to do the other side. So go through the white and the red here. Add a red, go through the white. Add a black, go through the black. Add a white, go through the light brown. Add a light brown, go through the black. Add a white, go through the black. Add a red, go through the red. Add a red, go through these two black. Go through the red and the black. And out that red we just added. So it should look something like this right now. And then add a red, go through the red. Add a black, go through the white. Add a black, go through the light brown. Add a light brown, go through the white. Add a black, go through the black. One second, I got a little tangled there. There we go. Let's see what we got going on. Tangles happen. You just gotta stop them once you figure it out. There we go. So, as I was saying, add that black, go through the black, add a red, go through the red. Now we want to be coming out of this bead here. So go through this red, go through this red, and go through this red. Now add a red, go through the black, add a black, go through the white, add a light brown, go through the light brown, add a black, go through the black, add a black, go through the red, add a red, go through the red. So it should look like this right now. So we need to add a light brown, go through the red, add a red, go through the black, add a black, go through the black, add a red, go through the light brown, add a black, go through the black, add a red, go through the red. So now we want to be coming out of this red on this side, so just make a path. You could do one side at a time. I find it easier to do it this way just because then I can make sure I'm following the pattern properly and not getting lost. So then you want to add a red, go through the black, add a black, go through the light brown, add a red, go through the black, add a black, go through the black, and then add a red, go through the red, add a light brown, go through these two reds, go through these two, and down that brown we just added. So now it should look like this right now. Now you want to add a red, go through the red, add a red, go through the the black, add a red, go through the red, add a red, go through the black, add a red, go through the red, and then again we want to be on the opposite side. So make a path. I need to add more string, so I'm just going to pause and do that off camera. Okay, I added more string. So now we add a red, go through the black, add a red, go through the red, add a red, go through the black, add a black, go through the red, add a light brown, go through the light brown. So now it should look like this. So now you want to add another light brown, go through the light brown. Add a red, go through the black. Add a red, go through the red. Add a red, go through the red. Add a red, go through the red. And again, we want to come out that other over here, so we'll go and make a path. I may need more string than I thought I did, but that's okay. I can always add more. Okay, so now we add a red, go through the red, 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 add a light brown, go through these two beads here, the light brown and the red, go out these two beads, and out this bead. I'll be right back. Okay, I added more string. So we're coming out of that brown bead. It should look like this right now. Add a red, go through the red. 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 And then again, make a path to the other side. There we go. Add a red, go through the red. Add a red, go through the red. Add your last black, go through the red. Add a red, go through that light brown. Should look something like this right now. So then you want to add a red, go through the red. And then we don't add a bead until here. So we want to skip a few beads. So we're coming out here, go through this red and black without adding a bead. Go through these two reds without adding a bead. Add a red, go through the red. Add a red, go through these two reds here. And then again, make a path so we're coming out over here. So then add a red, go through the red, add a red, go through the red, and then we want to be coming out up here. So go through these two and these two without adding a bead. Add a red, go through the red and the brown, and then, so we just need to add 2 more reds on either side. So now we need to be coming out of this bead down here, so just make a path. Add a red, go through the red, add a red, go through the red, and then make a path so we're coming out over here. Add a red, go through the red, and then we want to add 1 more red here. So I'm just going to take my needle and go through there. Add a red, and then I just want to make a path so we're coming out of the top. Okay, so that's the base of him. So now we just need to make his ears. So we'll put him aside. We won't tie him off or anything, we'll just put him aside. So for his ears, it is 2 reds, a light brown, and a red. I'm just going to do his ears one at a time. Cut off some string. A red on either side. A brown through both. And a red and a brown on either side. And then we'll pull it nice and tight. And we'll cut off the excess. Add a needle. Go through the brown, add a red, go through the red, go through this red, one second. I actually want to flip this a bit. Go through the red, add a red, go through that red, And then we want to add a brown, add another brown, go through that brown we just added, add a red, go through the red and the brown, go through the red and the brown and the red, go through the red, add a red, and then we just got to add 2 more reds. So add a red here, through that red, add a red, go through the red and the brown, and then you want to be coming out of this bottom bead here. I'll show you. There you go. So that's one of your ears. It goes here. We now want to add that ear on. And we just go through the red, go through the browns, go through both browns, go through both reds, and then I like to do it one more time just to make sure it's nice and in there. 1 to 2 times at least, or 2 to 3 times at least, just to make sure it's nice and sturdy. And then I'm going to make my way over to, I'm going to make this string come over to this string so I can tie it off. Okay, so now that I have both my strings coming out of the same bead, I'm going to tie it off 2 to 3 times. And then we'll do the other ear after I cut off the excess. Cut off the excess. And that's one ear done. So now we want to do this ear here, which will be 2 red, a red, a brown, and a red. Yeah. I'm going to use one of the scrap strings. So a red through both, a red on either side, or I mean a red on either side, a red through both, a red and a brown on either side, pull one side, tighten it up, tie it off. And then cut off that excess. Put a needle on. Okay. Go through the brown. Add a brown. Add a red, go through the brown, add a brown, go through the brown and the red, Go through these two brown, out the brown. Add your last brown. Add a red. Add a red, go through those two brown. Go through these two brown. Add a red. Your last bead there. And then again, we want to be coming out of the bottom. So just make a path. I'm going to use the excess of my string up in just a minute. So I ran out of string here, but I just need to attach it now. So it looks like that. So we're just going to add more. I still have a little bit of string over here, so we're just going to add that together. Go through the red. Same idea as we did on the other side. Go through the brown. Go through the browns. Go through the reds. And then again, go through the the browns. Go through the browns. And go through the reds. And then I'm just going to make a path, so I'm coming out here so I can tie it off. And then I just tie it off 2 to 3 times. And then cut off the excess. Add a key ring. And that is how you make a Foxy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.